The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Hey, there's a lot of good going on with Chicago sports, believe it or not. Like the Bulls had a preseason game last night, and they won over the champs in double overtime.
Preseason!
Let's go.
Let's go!
How long did Jokic play?
Not very long, but he did play.
He did play.
He laced up those tennis shoes, and he got his ass on the court, and the Bulls still won.
Still won. Love watching Alex Caruso, and they're a couple weeks away from the home opener, Wednesday, October 25th, when the Thunder will be at the Madhouse.
Do you know the deal with the Thunder this year?
Tell me something I don't know.
So, sometimes like in music, there's bands that are on the cutting edge, and it's cool to like certain bands at a certain time. For basketball nerds, the Thunder are like the sexy team this year. They might not even be great, but people like me that are just really into basketball are all about the Oklahoma City Thunder this year.
So it's kind of like buying GameStop stock like 2 years ago?
No, I have bought a lot of Thunder stock and am preparing to cash in with an eventual NBA title just because I like the guys on the team.
Are you saying this from like a betting DraftKings perspective, or just in general you want another team besides the Bulls to win?
I would be happy if the Thunder had a lot of success because I think they've done things the right way. They've done the opposite of the Bulls. They invested hard into their future. They've made great draft picks. And look, we're all Bulls fans here. We all want them to do well. I am just saying prepare for the Bulls to start 0-1 on the season. I think the Thunder are going to be really, really good this year.
Okay. We got to put something on the line for that game then.
Okay. All right. Well, we can put money on the line with DraftKings.
We can do that. Or we could have some kind of bet. I don't know.
We can make it actually interesting.
Yeah, that's right. We can do
well,
that.
That's not why I'm here. It's above my pay grade.
We got a couple weeks to think about it. And that's also the same week, roughly, when the Blackhawks will be coming home for their home opener. I think it's 21st.
What's that, Kenzie?
We should play.
Oh, boy.
Well, Kenzie has an idea in the middle of a segment.
I thought she was done. Wait a minute. I got an idea all of a sudden.
I'd like to hear this.
Ties in. We should play Wheel of Misfortune. And if you lose, you have to, spin it and do something bad.
What do you want to put on the wheel?
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
But give us one thing you want to.
I don't know.
Well, give us one thing you want to put on the wheel.
One thing?
One thing. Don't say shave head, because everybody wants to shave somebody's head all the time.
You're just afraid it won't grow back.
Oh, I am very afraid of that.
I know. We can tell. You're hanging on for dear life over there. I can see it.
I'm doing that perfect comb over with the gel.
Do you honestly think it would look that different?
I think it would. I think I'd look really disgusting.
I think if I were you, I'd hope to land on that because you're like, yeah, it's going to be the same thing.
Okay, picture me bald right now. I got nice hair, actually. You can? Because it's pretty easy.
Wait, what are you trying to do? I can see through it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. This idea just feels like you're trying to get some footage for your reel to replace Vanna White when she retires. I feel like there's an ulterior motive there.
Great. That would be great. But you just said make it interesting and not money, and then I come up with an idea.
We did. I just was curious when you came up with that idea if you had something in your head on the Misfortune wheel.
I think that'd be fun. I would say, Brian has to walk it up and down Michigan Street in his boxers.
Michigan Street. Okay, I'll do that. Well, listen, listeners can add on while we're doing sports.
Yeah, they could vote.
You can do right now, 312.
They could vote for what's on the wheel.
They might need to submit ideas. It sounds like we got nothing.
Yeah, it does.
What do you mean?
No, the Wheel of Misfortune's a great idea. We just need things to go on the wheel. We're supporting you.
I apologize. I don't have every kink worked out in the past 4 seconds.
Hey.
I'm a logistics guy.
You know what? Tough crowd. Yeah. It's
expected a PowerPoint presentation when you threw that out there, Kenzie.
Jeez, I didn't have. I'm here's 17 ideas for the wheel. I came up with the wheel.
Go home, get lunch. You're good.
Did the guy who invented the wheel have to invest in the car too, or was he like, I gave you a wheel, put some stuff on it?
I think he was pretty invested in the axle and the rim and all that, the hubcap.
He's like, listen, I came up with this,
Okay, Wheel of Misfortune. While we're doing sports, at the end we'll read a few. If you text in right now, 312-591-8300. And the Blackhawks again starting almost that week. So
wait, we're blowing this on a Bulls versus Thunder game? This is a great idea.
Well, we got to test it out. It's a soft launch of the Wheel of Misfortune.
82 games in the NBA season. We're going to blow our load on game one?
We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Connor Bedard, the Blackhawks, obviously setting records with ESPN's regular season ratings for an NHL game, now with the TNT game, with the Bruins game. So they just keep setting records. Everybody. And I got to say, I'm watching more hockey, especially after the last couple seasons, than I have so far. I know it's 2 games, but I'm watching more than
you're 2 for 2.
How about it? What everybody should be watching is the MLB playoffs.
Take a pie to the face. That was somebody just texted.
That's classic. That's a great one. That's a great one.
Just right there. Kenzie went out of sports for a minute. As she came back, take a pie to the face.
I'm reading through ideas. Some of them aren't good.
Kenzie, don't be afraid to scream them out while we're getting through sports here. Just yell whatever.
We got 2 more sports topics, but feel free to yell out.
Well, I just think we should get it in and make it a little more interesting.
Just yell whenever you see one you like, okay?
All right.
I'm going to keep going, though.
All right.
Phillies beat the Braves 3-1 to advance the NLCS. Nick Castellanos a former Cub, 2 home runs in 2 games. First player in MLB history to have multiple home runs in back-to-back postseason games. He was on the Cubs. It was a little stressful last night watching Kyle Schwarber.
Jump into the lake.
I already did that.
Oh, we better hope you don't land on it again.
Oh, boy.
Double trouble.
No takesies, backsies.
Again, whenever you hear one, Kenzie, just yell it out.
No, I won't.
You had Kyle Schwarber, you had Craig Kimbrell, you had Nick Castellanos, all former Cubs in the playoffs going to the NLCS starting this weekend. And it's disappointing at times to watch these guys do so well.
I don't know. I'd rather be a Cubs fan watching our ex-players succeed in the playoffs than a White Sox fan when there was a report that came out
Get
that we're...
tased. That's fun.
God, I don't want to get tased. I don't want to get tased.
You better bet accordingly.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. The White Sox are trying to get 37-year-old catcher Salvador Perez. Those are our offseason plans right now.
Good Lord.
I'd rather just watch Kyle Schwarber hit home runs, Brian.
Why?
Poor you.
How are these other teams doing it? How can they win and we don't? That's a big, broad question. I get it, but a lot of philosophy there.
How do we win a World Series? Let's talk about it.
How do we do that?
We get to pick a tattoo for the person.
That's a good one.
Oh, no, it's not, because you're not going to get a tattoo if you lose.
What? I pay my bets back.
Brian means he's not going to get a tattoo if he loses.
You're
He
damn
just doesn't
right.
want to say it.
Oh, God. Keep them coming in.
All right.
Finally, Bears Vikings.
Get a root canal.
Get a root
And get a
canal.
lobotomy too? What the hell?
I mean, if someone will pay for it, I probably need one. Well, sure, I'll get a root canal.
Fly Spirit Airlines.
Okay, please, Fly Spirit Airlines needs to be on the wheel of misfortune.
I gotta take out a life insurance policy before I do that.
Finally, Bears Vikings take the Bears in this one. After what they did the last 2 games, you gotta believe. You gotta believe a little bit, especially the Commanders game. Remember what that was like?
Got it open and making the catch inside the 30-yard line. DJ Moore. 4-man rush again. Fields to the end zone. Moore. Touchdown. Fields to the end zone. Reaching up. Does he make the catch again? DJ Moore. Howell throws. It's going to be picked off. Greg Stroman intercepting it on the pass right over the middle.
Chuck a bunch of Malort.
Caught. Connect. Touchdown. Howell fires. That's caught. It's going to be a first down here. Catch is made. Thomas. Ball comes out. Chicago thinks they have it. Pass is pulled in by Moore. Gets free. Washington gambles. And
Shave one eyebrow.
time 56 yards. Touchdown. Moore able to make the catch and then free to the end zone. What a night for Fields. What a night for Moore. What a night for Matt Eberflus.
Kiss a stranger on Michigan Street.
Oh, Michigan Street.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Loser has to get a prostate exam.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We just did sports where Kenzie brought up, well, it started with Case bringing up how the Thunder and the Bulls, he's taking the Thunder over the Bulls already in game 1.
All I said was that although they might not be the most exciting team on paper, the Oklahoma City Thunder should be a very good basketball team this year.
And
It's led to me getting my prostate checked, apparently.
well, I was
Just
saying,
in case.
if you're going to ride with that team, you have to put something on the line maybe. And then Kenzie came up with a great idea, the Wheel of Misfortune, and we put things on there and spin it. And that's what you have to do if you lose a bet going forward on the show. And you guys have come up with some wonderful ideas to put on the Wheel of Misfortune.
This is fun.
Like Fly Spirit Airlines is on the Wheel of Misfortune.
Horrifying.
Oh, God.
I mean, also a prostate exam. I mean, we all need them, Case. So, you know.
Amen, brother.
These are things that we need. Anything else on there, Kenzie, standing out to you on this list that people are texting in? Keep texting in 312-591-8300. What should be on this Wheel of Misfortune?
I do like the get your entire body waxed. That would be a tough one for Case.
Oh, my God.
Case is like a bear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah. So I feel like that would be loud for you. Someone said human centipede. I don't know what that means.
Oh, don't Google it.
No, Kinsey, Google it.
No.
I
Kenzie,
know
Google
the
it.
movie, but do we actually have to sew ourselves to each other? That feels like a lot.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Here's traffic.
And traffic is brought to you by Whole Foods. So let's see, going inbound on the Kennedy's finally getting a little bit decent.
Lick the bean. I don't know what that means.
The Bean out in Millennium Park. I mean, it could mean another thing, but I'm not going there.
The real bean.
Yeah, the real Bean.
I thought it was slang for something.
Well, I think that maybe they mean that too.
All right. Any traffic near the bean?
All right. There's not much traffic near the Bean right now, but going downtown on the Kennedy is actually close to an hour for the first time all morning. Going outbound is fine. Also under an hour on the Ike for about 50 minutes from Trinity to downtown. On the Stevenson from Veterans Toilet Lakeshore Drive, about 45 minutes. And the Dan Ryan's pretty clear until you get the guaranteed rate, about a half hour from the Bishop Ford. What else you got, Kenzie?
Somebody just texted in, I'm wearing a Human Centipede shirt. Again, what?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brad and Kenzie on Q101. Time for the weekend Q101. Stuff going on you might not be aware about, and some of it's free. So, hey, people always say, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. This is why we do this, the weekend Q101, where we go through all the stuff going on. And, Case, why don't you start off with the music of the weekend?
Yeah, there's a bunch of great shows this weekend. Band of Horses is at the Salt Shed. I really enjoy them. Lucinda Williams, who's a great alt-country artist. She's at the Riv tonight. If you're into Fish, more power to you. They are at the UC, not just tonight, not just Saturday night, 3 nights in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Fish at the United Center. Kenzie, do you know anything about Fish?
No, I thought you were actually asking about the dish. Like if you're into fish, and then I was like, oh.
If you like a good fish fry.
Are you dropping a restaurant recommendation?
This is Fish with a PH.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Fish Fry Friday, baby.
So Fish is what they call a jam band, which means they play, it almost sounds like one song the whole night.
It's a waste of money if you want to go.
It's not.
More power to you.
I'm not saying that because there's a lot of the
Fish
jam
is the
band.
name of the band.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, you said Fish. Now I'm confused. Are they named Jam Band or are they named Fish?
They're a jam band.
They're a jam band
That's the genre.
named Fish.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm on it.
Have you ever seen Ben & Jerry's fish food ice cream?
Yes.
It's named after them. And that's the best Ben & Jerry's
Are you
flavor.
serious?
Yeah, it's the best flavor
So
of
they
Ben & Jerry's.
spell it with a PH?
Yep. That's what they do. Really good guitar players, really good musicians, and you got to be into that kind of thing. Like,
Isn't that where you're from, Case?
what?
Fish?
Fishers?
Fishers, Indiana is not spelled with a PH.
Fishers Indiana.
Anything else going on, Case, musically?
Yeah, I'll be at the Bottom Lounge tonight if anybody else is there. There's a band called Super Heaven playing. This is their reunion tour. Quick synopsis on them. If you like grunge music, we just talked to Chino Moreno an hour ago. If you like the Deftones, that is the inspiration. They are a heavy guitar band. This is their reunion tour. No one cared about them 10 years ago when they were an active band. They announced a reunion tour, quite honestly, to not a lot of fanfare. And then one of their songs blew up on TikTok. And so now they're on like viral hit charts. So you'll listen to a playlist of Justin Bieber and Morgan Wallen and then this heavy grunge band called Super Heaven. I will be there tonight. That is the live music in Chicago this weekend.
Are there tickets available for that?
That show sold out now.
Okay.
It's the first time I've been at the Bottom Lounge in quite a while. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
And he's going by himself. So if you want to go say hi,
Kids, you thought that was so strange that I go to concerts by myself.
I did.
Well, recently I went to that show with Josh Radin for Megan. She wouldn't let me go with her because she said, quote, I would ruin the show if I was there with her.
And here's what I've learned dating my girlfriend for as long as I have now is there's a lot of shows we go to together. Fall Out Boy's in town, we're going. Pierce the Veil's in town, we're going. I have learned to not take her to shows she doesn't want to go to. Last year, we went to a Lemonhead show that I was very, very excited about, and she hated it so much that we left halfway through. Ooh. She couldn't stand to be in the building with Evan Dando any longer, the singer of the Lemonheads. Thus, we had to leave before I heard the songs that I wanted to hear. No hate, I'm over it, it's fine, but I learned to not take her.
No, you sound like you really worked through that. No, it sounds fine.
If I remember the quote properly, when the band was playing the Lemonheads, she tapped on her shoulder and said, is this supposed to be good?
That is exactly what was said during Into Your Arms, which is one of the best Lemonhead songs. Oh. This was also 3 songs into the set, and she was going,
a good sign.
Hey, I don't want to be a jerk. Is this supposed to be good?
Oh.
I was like, I was having a good time.
That's why he goes to shows. That's why you go alone sometimes.
Are you going to jump off the stage because you're by yourself, so you don't really have to worry about finding anyone after?
That's true. I don't know if there will be a barricade at the show. That was something that happened off the air. I was discussing with Kenzie last week how sometimes a punk band will play a show and they'll request the venue not have a barricade so people can get up on stage and stage dive. And Kenzie was like, flabbergasted by this concept.
Yeah.
I don't want people jumping on me. I just want to drink and I want to see the show. I'd be so sad.
Well, once you
if someone smacked me in the face.
Once you birth the baby, we'll take you stage diving.
I'm not going to do
We'll
it.
take the baby stage diving.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Nothing's better than passing
But
on a
honestly,
baby.
better him than me. You know what I'm saying?
Let us name the baby and let us take it stage diving.
Kenzie, what do you got going on this weekend?
Okay, so this is kind of like the Super Bowl for my family. This is a big weekend.
Okay.
It is Chesco's Heart fundraiser.
All right.
That is my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law's fundraiser named after their child, Francesco, who passed away a while back due to a heart development issue. And this fundraiser puts together, and this charity as a whole helps fund families and the hospital research and all that for children with different heart, because there's a lot of different heart conditions.
Sure.
So it's an amazing time. It's down in Elgin, of course, you know, that's where the whole fam bam is.
You're right.
Down in Elgin. It is such a beautiful fundraiser. There's going to be awesome tickets there. Some brought to you by Q101. So if you're interested in going out there, hey.
I believe, you got some good tickets for some really good Q101 shows coming up.
Yeah, so we have, we're going to have raffles. We're going to have a huge auction area, like silent auction, where you bid all night. Great food, great drinks. So it's going to be awesome. This is Saturday night, so tomorrow night. And like, this is the big one. It's a cause near and dear to our whole family. And they're just such an inspirational family. My sister-in-law. So my sister-in-law, it is my husband's sister.
Right.
And her husband who went through this. And they went through this. Their child lived through 2 of the 3 open heart surgeries that he was supposed to have. And then he passed away before he could have the 3rd, just after a full year of life. So it was going good, and then he struggled from there. And truly, they're just the kind of people who decided to take that and help other people, which is
amazing.
Incredible.
I can't believe I can't believe people that do that. Something like that happens to them, and they can get that kind of fortitude to help others that are going through it. That's incredible.
So it helps out hospitals locally, families locally. It's an absolute amazing organization, and that's where I will be on Saturday.
So how can people go? What is it again called?
So the foundation is called Chesco's Heart.
Yep.
Tickets, information, if you just ever wanted to donate, chescosheart.org.
Got it.
That's simple, chescosheart.org, short for Francesco. And there's a site that's where you get tickets if you want to come Saturday. You could also get a code and participate in the silent auction if you can't make it.
Cool.
And bid on stuff. There's a lot of good things going on.
Good deal. Well, finishing up the weekend Q101. There's a lot on there. Case does a whole blog, by the way. It puts everything up there at Q101.com. If you hear this stuff and you want the information again, it's all there at Q101.com. You've got, of course, the Bears hosting the Vikings. We just talked about that in sports. But the Chicago Pizza Summit also happening on Sunday. This is pretty ridiculous. At Royal Palm Shuffleboard, that's in Wicker Park. And it's going to be including like a special keynote speaker, a pizza tattoo parlor, a pizza pop-up showcase, plus pizza from, you've got, Gino's East, Connie's, Professor Pizza.
All the stars.
All the stars of Chicago Pizza. There'll be a couple sessions. Admission comes with 5 drink tokens and a commemorative plate.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Chicago Pizza Summit. And again, all the information at Q101.com to get over there. The Royal Palms Shuffleboard on Sunday. And again, Q101.com has all the info. That's the weekend Q101, just some of it, with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
White Stripes, Jack White, of course, at last year's Q101 Twisted Christmas. Get your tickets this weekend. Just lock it up. Take a few moments aside. Maybe when you're listening to throwbacks from Brian and Kenzie tomorrow morning between 8 and 10 a.m. Also, the podcast over the weekend, too. Whenever you want it, it's there for you on demand at Q101.com and anywhere you get your podcast. The Brian and Kenzie Q101 Morning Crew podcast. But seriously, get those tickets. We know they're selling well. And when they sell out, that means like they're close. So when they're gone, and then you got to try to win them later on, and that's always tougher. So get your tickets locked up, Q101.com. Lauren's coming in next. Take you through this gloomy Friday. Takeaways right now at 312-591-8300. Text them in. Case, what do you got?
Joe from Downers Grove checked in. He said, takeaway, Kenzie wants to see the 7 wonders of the world. Brian wants to fight a deer to the death.
Absolutely. And listen, maybe this weekend. I'm going to be out in Indiana this weekend over in South Bend. There's a lot more deer out there than in here.
Okay, hide your deer if you're in South Bend. I don't trust Brian. He's looking for a problem.
Yeah.
I would love to see you actually put in any physical activity. I don't believe it at all.
So I'm going to Indiana.
He
Go.
would just be like, he would park his car on the side and start walking in the field and be like, oh my God.
This is really scary. I'm going to South
How
Bend.
long is this walk?
I'll be at the Notre Dame game, USC Notre Dame, Saturday night. If you're going, bring your deer.
That's a stadium of 100,000 people. I'm sure they'll be able to find you.
Yeah, it'd be a good tailgate activity, wrestling a deer.
I miss the old days when people just wrestled in mud. Now you got to wrestle a deer.
We don't have to. That's what I'm going to do.
Everybody wants to go viral.
Everybody wants to be a star.
Yeah, got to do it for the clicks. Kenzie, what do you got takeaways?
Takeaway, don't fly Spirit. It's on the wheel of misfortune. And double features Mike wants you to say fervor one more time.
Let's see here. So takeaways, and I have a lot of fervor for this one. Anthony in Chicago. Does anybody know if Christian's okay? Please send out an SOS. I don't know.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, it really
That's
is.
an album deep cut.
I don't even know. I can't even explain that. You got to listen to the podcast or yesterday's show, the 8 o'clock hour podcast.
Look, we think there's a man being held captive by a conniving
Honestly,
life partner.
I was on her side.
Of course you were.
That
I
makes
thought
sense.
she seemed great.
So keep an eye out for Christian. And if you miss a moment, miss a lot. Again, tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 with throwbacks and the podcast all weekend. We love you. More Burt Kreischer tickets coming up all next week here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.